right, guys, listen up. It's New Year's resolution season, and we all know how this goes. You make a big promise, you last about 2 weeks, you screw up, and you go right back to square one. Now, this year, for myself, I jump-started my season into better habits. Here, let's start with this. Now, I'm sharing with you my cheat code, guys. These are brand new. These are called Grooms. But this is truly the cheat code that's changing the game. These are not your average supplements. This is not some cheap multivitamin. Not just a greens powder, and definitely not just a probiotic. Look at this. Can you see this? Grooms. Grooms are all of those things. They're packed into 8 delicious gummies. You eat 1 bag of these. 8 gummies a day. You got everything handled. Why 8? Because you can't cram 20 plus vitamins, 60 plus whole food ingredients, super mushrooms, and more into 1 gummy. What do you mean, why 8? What a stupid question. And these gummies, they taste just like a fruit snack, but they hit like a heavyweight champ. Let's talk taste and let's talk convenience, okay? Grooms, as you can see, I'm holding right here. They come in a very simple pack. 1 big bag, grab yourself a pack each day. Take that, throw it in your lunch, throw it in your briefcase, throw it in your gym bag. Get it in the car with you. Just get 1 of these each day. Rip it open and go. It is truly the easiest habit that you'll ever stick to. Grooms stand out from other nutrition supplements because they're accurately dosed. If you check the label, you will see that your daily needs for safe vitamins and minerals are met. So here's the deal. I want you to start your New Year's off right, and I want you to do it with Grooms. Let me start by saving you 52%. Guys, check out the link. I put it down below. Get yourself some Grooms. Make this your healthiest year yet. Jeremy Stephens, Eddie Alvarez, Conor McGregor. Now, perhaps you would go in the category of a hardcore. But if you don't understand that triangle, I feel like you're just not a fight fan. Jeremy Stephens inserts himself, and wisely so. Conor McGregor's at this press conference. They got all sorts of fighters up there. This is a big deal, man. They got a full house behind them. They got Dana. They got all the cameras. And Conor, of course, is sucking all the air out of the room, which just means Conor is the one getting the questions. Conor is doing the most time on the microphone. So Jeremy Stephens calls him out. Right there, he calls him out. And Jeremy, at the time of this call out, had an advantage of the high ground, which simply means that Jeremy was placed on the stage higher than Conor. So when Conor goes to address Jeremy, Conor has to not only turn around, he has to look up. Now, symbolically, this is a very big deal. Symbolically, it's a very big deal. If you ever watch a court, all the courts in America, but the judge will sit higher. And that in of itself does not have a power, but symbolically it does. You are now looking up to the judge. Now I bring that to you because Conor's in a hard spot. He's getting ambushed by something. Conor would prepare for these things. He knows who he's fighting. He knows the date. He knows it's on pay-per-view. He knows where you can get tickets. Like, Conor's ready for all these things. Conor is not ready for Jeremy Stephens to call him out. So Conor looks at him and he hits him with one of the lowest fodder in cannon fire out there, which is the old, "Who are you?" The old, "What is your name?" Like there's some things, right? Your girlfriend breaks up with you and she starts dating a guy named Jack, and you go up and you ask her, "Hey, by the way, how are things with you and John?" Like, it's just a classic, quintessential, simple, cheap pop, and Conor did it to Jeremy. And he hit him with, who the fook is that guy? Okay. And it works. Like, Jeremy's so thrown off. Jeremy probably had this moment planned too. I'm going to bust in. I'm going to get something going with Conor. We're going to have a little back and forth. And then he gets hit with the John versus Jack, right? It's one of these spots. So they come through it. They work through it. And Jeremy took a little heat for this. Like this was around on the internet in the form of a meme. Jeremy runs into Conor's mom. Okay? And this is like This is a meaningful amount of time later. We'll call it a month. This is a month later. He runs into Conor's mom. And Conor's mom is very nice to Jeremy and know who he was and said something nice to him. And Jeremy says, hey, let me turn us around. Let me get a selfie. And Jeremy tells her, I'm going to post this. He might have even posted it in front of her. She was for it, but he wrote, your mom knows who I am. Now, I have to set the story to say that Conor's mother was in on this. Because that makes it either a distasteful or a pretty great moment by Jeremy. So I just want you, the audience, to know Conor's mom was in on this, but then Jeremy tweets this out to the world. You know, who the fook is this guy? Well, your mom knows who I am. It's great. It's great. Again, this is simple. This is very simple stuff. But now it stays alive. So, working Eddie Alvarez. Eddie and Conor go out and they do record business at the first ever at Madison Square Garden. Like that fight will be upheld and stay in the minds of the aficionados for the rest of time because of the significance of champion versus champion for the truly undisputed championship the first time at the Mecca. Okay. Where's Jeremy go from here? How does Jeremy get back in this thing? And he never fully let that go with Conor. And Jeremy Stephens might have pretended he let that go with Conor. He might have thought that was better for PR at the moment. But whether that thing's been 8 years ago or not, he never fully let it go. And I can't blame him, by the way. It turned into quite a moment to try to make him look like a fool. That's just the truth. So Conor and Eddie get their piece of business done, and then I want to fast forward, or rather rewind you to this weekend. Jeremy Stephens and Eddie Alvarez fight. So they go fight in bare knuckle. Oh my gosh, if there has ever been a brawl, right? If there ever prior to a fight was gonna be a brawl, Jeremy and Eddie, right? Probably the most obvious brawl that I knew I would see in my entire life was probably Eddie versus Mike Perry, if I'm being real literal about that. But boy, right up there for you're guaranteed to see a fist fight, Jeremy Stephens, Eddie Alvarez. So they go have their fight. And sure enough, it was blood and guts and the whole bit. Jeremy comes out on top and is doing an interview after, at which point Conor McGregor is there, is present, is having one of these face-offs. And there's an expression, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But it's very true. You can't get duped twice by the same guy. So Jeremy Stephens refers to Conor as old cocaine. It was triple C. All right, I apologize. It was double C. Cocaine Conor. Old cocaine Conor. Wow. I mean, right? Like, there's a few things human beings don't ever want to be, right? One thing you never do with a female. Never, unless you want an enemy for the rest of your life. Do not bring up weight. Do not bring up age. Just let it go. Whether you think you're giving a compliment or not. Oh, you look skinny today. You look great today. Oh, you look very young today. Shh, don't do it. Stay away from age and weight. But what a lot of society doesn't know is that's not just a stereotype to women. Men also don't want you to touch their age. They'll play it off and they'll laugh it off, and it is not quintessentially known as something that bothers both genders. But it does. And I didn't look it up. But I don't think that Jeremy and Conor are different ages, by the way. Conor's going about 36. Jeremy's gotta be, I've known Jeremy 15 years. He's gotta be. I was there the night Dana White took $100,000 and Ronda Rousey down to a police station to get Jeremy out of jail. And that was in 2012. I mean, Jeremy's got to be the same age as Conor. He's got to be right there. But it doesn't feel like it, does it? It feels like Conor's a lot older. So, which do you want to be? You get a choice. You're going to go through life. Which do you want to be? Do you want to be the meme that says, who the fuck is that guy? Or do you want to be the meme that called you old cocaine Conor?